I told you that I'm on an Eric Larson tear. I've been reading nothing but his books recently, and this is no exception. I finished Thunderstruck recently, within this week. I don't really remember what day, but I wanted to chat with you guys about it because I've not been able to stop thinking about all of his books that I've been reading. This one particularly is interesting to me because I like to say that I'm like kind of a true crime hater to a certain degree. I find it very problematic in some senses, and everything, but this book is a true crime story to a certain degree, and that is the part of this book that truly shines. So this book is a mixture of a true crime story between a man, Dr. Daughter, and the creation of wireless signals used on boats. And the part of this book that I found kind of hard and dry to get through was the invention of the wireless system and Marconi, the inventor, and the development of the wireless technology and kind of how it was implemented and everything. It was clear that Larson did a ton of research. I am not knocking that at all. It is very well done research. I just personally got a little bored at those parts. So those detail parts were like kind of slow paces in this book, and this one's thicker than Isaac Storm, which I finished right before this, but I will say, like, the drama, the true crime part, pulled me back in every time it was being brought up. So it starts to slow down, and then it picks back up, and then it slows down, and then it picks back up. And so it kept me intrigued because of that portion. And so I'm not mad about it. When things shift back to the true crime, there is literally like a ship chase happening, there's a murder mystery happening, there's like passenger relationships and interpersonal conflicts happening in the boats and everything. And so those moments were great, and the pacing in those moments were fantastic, and I really enjoyed them, and they kind of pulled me back into the book. So I find this one to be kind of a middle ground Eric Larson book. I found it more interesting than Isaac Storm in the sense of like I was more intrigued by what was happening in the personal story of the like murder mystery in this one. However, it is much less connected to general politics the way that all of the other Larson books that I have read are. This one, I mean, while the invention of wireless clearly is extremely important and is a historical like wonder, the invention is not nearly as tied to politics as a lot of the other discussions in a lot of his other books are. There is kind of a moment and a focus later in like the coda or maybe the epilogue of this book where he mentions how wireless played a role in World War One. But it's brief. Like, it's really not like of this book, it's maybe not even a page. And so it's really not the focus. So if you are more into like the history and the connections to politics and everything and kind of the parallels to today, this one may not be the best Eric Larson book for you. I will say though that I still found that it was like a gripping narrative. It's just not his best one to exemplify what his other books are like. So still worth a pickup. Yes, I gave this one 3.5 stars, but I would like go in with caution if you liked his other books because this one might just be extremely different.